Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how I fertilize my vegetables and flowers for the best yields possible. Hello everybody, my name is Paloma. I'm going to show you the products that I use and how often we use them. I know when I was first gardening and I just started, a lot of this was all new to me and I didn't even know you had to fertilize your garden. And one thing I have learned, it is fertilizing. It helps us get the best performance out of our garden, the best yields. One thing to keep in mind is that there are a lot of type of fertilizers. There are some that are organic and natural and some that are synthetic fertilizers. So you just want to decide what you want to use. I would recommend, if you're using fertilizer on anything that you're going to be eating yourself, to use organic or natural fertilizer. When I first started off, I was only growing flowers and I used synthetic fertilizer. For synthetic fertilizers, they usually tend to have a lot of salt in them. Over time, adding a lot of salt to your soil is going to kill the soil health that you have, some of those worms, those bacteria, and other things that you need in there to have healthy soil. So just wanted to give you a FYI if you do choose the route of using synthetic fertilizers. I'm going to be showing you two types of fertilizers, and they look a little different depending on the type of fertilizer that you are buying. So let's start with talking about our first type of fertilizer, and this is my all natural fertilizer. It is called Down to Earth, that's the brand, and this is a time release fertilizer, meaning that it'll release slowly throughout the seasons and it basically feeds your garden over time. I do have a couple of different ones because I do have a lot of fruit trees, so I got their own. I have a lot of roses and flowers, so I got their own. Citrus are another type of trees that I have, and they do need their own different kind. Same with blueberries, they're more acidic and like that, and so I got their own different kind. There's also general all-purpose fertilizer that you can get, but these are the ones that I tend to use in my garden. One note for these is you only want to use slow release 3 times a year. So you want to use it at the very beginning of spring, which is what we are doing today, and at the very beginning of summer, very beginning of fall, but not in the winter when your plants need that rest and you don't want to encourage growth. And these are the little trays that I found. So there's that one and there's this one. This one is really cool because it tells you for outdoor use and for indoor use. We'll also be talking about liquid fertilizer. This one has a little bit left, so I'm just gonna finish it. Mochis. This is my recommendation for the liquid fertilizer. It's a seaweed base fertilizer, and liquid fertilizer, it feeds immediately, so you want to make sure that you water any area that you're going to use this, because plants, especially if they haven't been watered in a while, they'll suck up that water really quickly, and you don't want it to suck up the liquid fertilizer that fast. So give it a little water, and then you can go ahead and add this and it'll be an immediate solution. And I use the seaweed fertilizer every 3 weeks in spring, and then I don't use it again. We're gonna get a bucket of water. We're gonna go ahead and pour this in. Always read the back instructions for the fertilizer that you get, and we're gonna mix it in with water and pour that right over our plants. It's also great for container gardens, and roses love the seaweed. They love it. All plants do. do it until it's this type of brown. Alright, so let's start with the fruit trees. I'm gonna do this one. And you can see what it looks like. And let's go over. Now here is our fig. The bowl as close as possible and just start fertilizing. Make sure it all goes down. Great. And you'll see that it's there on the bottom, and when we come back to water after, it'll go nice and down. Is our citrus mix. So there you go. Alright, next we're gonna do rose and flowers. Just cut some beautiful flowers from the garden. And time to make a flower. Though it's kind of hard to hold it. Alright, here I am. That was the old one. And now I'm trying to make a new. And yes, I know it's got some dry ones. It's okay. They can just be removed. And this one was already done. But there's a lot still in the garden that are blooming. And I figured these would help accent the very big roses that I wanted to highlight, right? And I cut some pink ones to help give some of that foo-foo. But oh my goodness, take a look at these. Look how big that is. I don't know if you could tell or not, but it's huge. Okay, let me put my hand next to it. This is my hand. That's how big it is. Ah, no. So I'm gonna try to put it in there and we'll see. All right, let's take a look at it. That looks so cute. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut that one down just so that it stays in the same family. Yeah, look at that. That looks beautiful. It's just one vase with some beautiful roses. Some beautiful freesias. I think I'm just gonna get more roses and put these in there. And I think I'm gonna put these over there. Hello, it is the next day. It is the morning and it's a little bit cloudy today. It looks like it might rain, which is great. But as I'm preparing to water in the fertilizer that we added yesterday, I did want to make a note. A lot of videos when I was first starting off that I was watching about fertilizing would also then add in the sprays that you have to kill different insects, and I still have a full one left here, and I was getting those. I was adding insect killers. I'm no longer doing that in my garden, but if you do choose the route of adding sprays to kill the insects in your garden, I know the thing that motivated me to start doing this was the aphids that I was seeing in the garden. Please spray them at night when all of the bugs are not out and about. Don't spray them early in the morning either, because the bees and others will be coming throughout the day and they can die from those. The reason why I stopped spraying those was because I was seeing a lot of bees on the ground and various places in the garden that had fallen. And so not only was I killing the aphids and the other bugs that I didn't want, but I was also killing friendly insects. And I will say that when I was spraying, the spray was very much effective the first time, and then the next time the aphids came back, they were a little bit more resilient. Oh, did you see the hummingbird? It's in the hummingbird garden. Oh my goodness. Anyways. Oh yeah, the aphids were coming back resilient. And when I did stop spraying all of those insect killers, nature brought its own pest control, and I started seeing a lot of little ladybugs and other, what's called saltamontes, praying mantis, there we go, and other bugs that were coming through and taking care of the aphid problem and any other pests that were hurting the garden, because there are a variety of flowers and fruits and trees and vegetables and native plants with like non-native plants. So it just was helping each other out. So that's a note that I wanted to add on here. So here you see the fertilizer. And I wanted to wait to water until we saw if it rained at night, but it looks like it didn't. And the reason why you want to add fertilizer to the top is so that when you are watering and it's slowly going and dissolving and breaking down, it starts at the very top and can feed down through all the roots. Especially when they're seedlings, you want to make sure that the baby seedlings are able to access that. So you don't want to add fertilizer all the way at the bottom of your container or in the middle. You want to add it at the top so that it gets a chance to go down. And here is the next tree, and you can see my dogs left me a present. So remember, add fertilizer to the tops so the roots can develop and the plant can continue to have access to them.